Hello!
Welcome to
Monday with the Mavens. I always want to say happy, and you always say welcome. So happy welcome.
We have a whole hat full of questions today.
Yes, we do. Rapid fire. Although Emmy says rapid fire, but you guys know that she's not super rapid.
I'm not super rapid, but I'm going to really try today because we have so much to get through. You guys sent us in a ton of questions. Actually, I think Haley secretly added some to the hat that I don't know about, so I'm a little nervous.
We may not even get to all of them. And there may be a few fun ones tossed in there that maybe I came up with and maybe I didn't.
Oh boy. And so if you guys have any questions along the way, please let us know. Like, the whole goal of this is to answer your guys' questions. Whatever it is, nothing is off limits. We say that, but
nothing is off limits.
Nothing is off limits. So please comment, join in, let us know your thoughts, and we're just going to jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Rapid fire question and answer from a hat.
From a hat. Question from a hat. I'm going to draw first.
So glad to see so many of you guys joining us.
Hi, guys. Ooh, they're kind of sticky. Some of these are sticky. Okay. Tips for traveling. That's a good one. I like that.
I like that too.
There's lots of tips for traveling. I love to travel. It's it brings my heart more joy than anything. Than like literally anything on the planet.
I actually, because I love to travel too, but I will say I think Haley, out of anybody I know, has more wanderlust than anybody I know.
Like anybody. I honestly throw a dart at the map and I'll go there. Like there's
rapid fire.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, so water and protein. Those are the two things that you're gonna want to keep in mind while traveling. So increase your water, especially if you are on an airplane. I know it sounds horrible to go pee on an airplane, especially if you are on the window and you're not sitting next to people that you know. Getting up is a real pain in the butt, but drink a ton of water and then keep your snacks protein heavy. Start your day, all of your meals with protein. You don't necessarily...
Just because it's the hardest to get on vacation.
It is, honestly. You can get fat and carbs anywhere, everywhere, all the time. Protein is a little bit more difficult. I always often pack jerky in my carry-on if I'm traveling by plane or in my car with me if I'm traveling by road.
And the only thing that I'm going to add to that is just, I think it depends. I think it depends on if you are tracking with specificity while on vacation or if you just plan to be mindful. If you're tracking with specificity, that's going to take a lot more effort, and some clients absolutely want to do it to stay on track. If you want to just be mindful and jump fully back in, one, make sure you're not on a cut. So really work with your coach on that, and or yourself if you don't have a coach. Two, by mindful, it really is just making sure you're staying hydrated, keeping up, starting each meal with the protein on your plate, trying to get some veggies in there. And then if you are having things like alcohol and or sweet treats, making sure you're getting those, let's say alcohol, you're going to probably want less fat earlier in the day if you're going to enjoy alcohol in the evening, so it balances things out, knowing you're probably going to have a spike on the scale with some retention. And then also if you're eating maybe sweeter treats, trying to move your body right after you're eating that so that your body utilizes that glucose and that it's not going to store it as fat. So just some quick tips, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
don't
have
stress
fun.
about
Don't
it.
stress. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Is have fun.
Yep. Okay, let's do another one.
Let's do another one. That's all we're gonna do today.
I know, huh? Ooh.
Hey, this would actually, it's a good follow-up.
Do you like long walks on the beach?
Well, do you?
I love long walks on the beach. I love the mountains, but I also love the beach. And when we vacation as a family to the beach, we usually adventure a ton. So we're not lounge on the beach all day sort of people, but I love myself a workout in the sand, and I love the ocean. I love it. So yes, I like long walks on the beach. How about you?
I prefer long walks in the mountains. I would pick the mountains over the beach 9 out of 10 times. And I do enjoy beach combing, going for a walk on the beach. I get bored real easy, and so that's my thing.
We couple our beach time with an adventure.
Yeah.
So
surfing, though, my family, my daughter especially, is real good at surfing. And so spending time in the ocean, it's different than walks on the beach.
And if you guys are just joining us, we're doing rapid fire Q&A. So we were sent in a bunch of questions. Haley added some more to the hat. If you guys have questions, absolutely please ask. We're going to do our best to get through these pretty quick.
Yeah.
But we'll keep our eyes open for questions that come in.
We'll just save that one for later.
Oh boy.
We gotta have a couple real ones, right? Okay. How long should I sign up for?
Ooh.
Sign up for, I'm assuming, a macro plan.
That's what I was assuming too.
Yeah.
That's a great question. So I really think it's going to depend on your goals and how far away from them you are. So we do have 3-month plans, 6-month plans, and 12-month plans. On average, most people do start with a 6-month plan. Some people want to start with a 3 because they really want to get a feel for it and see if it's for them. I think 99% of people that start with a 3 end up signing up for more time.
Yeah.
And that is just because in order for us to really do, once again, depending on your goals.
Sorry.
See you in advance.
Sorry, it's like right there.
In order for you to really start to retrain your metabolism and effectively get through a reverse to the top of your reverse and then be able to effectively cut and climb out of that, let's say you only do that once if you're fairly close to your goals, then that is difficult to fully achieve in 3 months. It can be done.
You've got to be like on it though, like for
You
real,
do.
like super consistent
consistent.
out of the gate.
Yeah, and then I would say, 6 months, there's so much that can be achieved in 6 months. If you're really far from your goal and you need to do several reverse cut climbs, I would say like committing to a year and just knowing it's a marathon and not a sprint. If you're coming to us for performance, I've had some people that we've been able to do a lot in a 3-month period of time, like if they're really trying to improve their mile time for marathons or something like that. Muscle building takes a while. So if you're coming to us specifically to build muscle, that takes a lot of patience because it really requires both an increase in calories over a period of time and you have to be resistance training. And so it really depends on your goal. If you want to find out for yourself, the best thing to do is go to macromavens.life, click the hop on board button. It doesn't commit you to anything, but it lets one of our coaches reach out, answer any questions, talk to you about your own goals, what that could look like. You can always start with 3 and see if it's a good fit and then go from there.
Yeah, we, like Emmy said, most of our clients who sign up for 3 end up renewing for more. So,
Which we love.
Which we love, yeah.
Okay.
Picky.
Here comes another one. Oh, this is a serious question. Would you, they're all serious, but we have some serious topics today. Would you still recommend counting macros for someone with a history of eating disorders? We address
wait,
this
it's
question
my
a lot.
turn to
Yeah.
answer. Please
do. I'm so focused on rapid fire.
If I just sit here, she would just go and go and go, and I'd just sit here smiling at her.
Sorry.
I have several clients who have had disordered eating in the past and who have struggled with that. And I think that it is a really individual decision. I think that counting macros for some people who have had disordered eating in the past can be really, really helpful. And there's adjustments that we can make. Like I know one of my gals is triggered by the scale. And so I don't have her weigh herself every day. She weighs herself once a week and that works for her. And so I think that it's a really individualized thing. It depends on like what was the disorder that you had or currently still struggle with. What are your triggers? What are your goals? Like there's so many questions around that. And then like, how are you functioning like currently? Like, I think that is most important. We don't want to create any like relationship. We don't want your relationship with food to get any worse than it already is. Our goal is to create an improved relationship with food, which absolutely can happen. And we see it all the time. And so I think that there's a little bit more information, but it's super individualized. There are absolutely people who don't need to be on a macro plan if you have had disordered eating and instead need something else, need some kind of other therapy. However, I do think that with a lot of cases, especially if it was like a long time ago, in high school or college or something like that, where you've worked through it already and you're just looking to meet some goals and it's not necessarily something you're struggling with currently, then we absolutely can work with that.
And I would say a large majority of our clients, whether they recognize it for what it is or not, has some form of disordered eating.
Yeah.
And or some form of body dysmorphia. Like we, men and women, well, I'm going to say men and women, because when I started coaching, I actually thought that it would be the women that would be the hardest on themselves, and they are. Like, my goodness, you guys, we need to show ourselves some grace because we're working hard, we're living life, we're mothering, we're wifing or husbanding, spousing, we're, all the things. And like, all we can do is our best. And are there tools that can help us get to our goals faster? Absolutely. And that's why we're so passionate about what we do. But we have to show ourselves some grace because people are so hard on themselves. And so the second you can start shifting the way that you're looking at how you're fueling your body. A large majority of people that come to us are significantly under eating, and their metabolisms have plateaued and or are damaged. And they're afraid to eat more because of what might happen on the scale. And when they can start seeing that they're feeling better and fueling their brain and getting more nutrients in their body, and their body's starting to shift, it can be super transformational.
Yeah.
But if somebody's in an acute stage of disordered eating, we're going to really want them to get professional counseling. And we've seen so much positive shift with our clients, but we'll be really honest with you if we don't feel like we're a good fit, or if we feel like you may need some more help. And that's a difficult discussion sometimes, but it's one that sometimes has to be had.
Yep.
Jessica said, back to our how long should people sign up, she said she started with 3 and immediately switched to a year. And my golly, has that girl had such amazing progress.
Like incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I love it. I'm so thankful for her.
All right. Next up.
Woo!
Will I have to track my food forever? That's a good question. Nope. Next.
No. really quick. So in the actual process of, once again, depending on your goals, we're going to go with the retraining the metabolism, the improved body composition, the fat loss, because that's the majority of our clients. And when you're in the specificity of retraining that, it's really important to track your food. We know that can be a hassle, but it actually, the process can set you free. It really can. However, once we get you to your goal and into a maintenance window with more flexibility, some people do choose to keep tracking, and they just like that, and others really want to have, like, they're gonna know for the most part what they need. They're gonna know what 6 ounces of protein looks like on their plate, all of those things, so they can be much more flexible. They have a more flexible metabolism, and they could be more flexible in their window. Now, that's not to say that you stop and then you just go eat 10,000 calories a day and have all these seed oils and all this, like, your inflammation is gonna go through the roof. But
hopefully by the end of our program you wouldn't do that anyway, right?
Yeah, and you learn like what fuels you and what your plate should look like, and like where your individual maintenance looks different.
I want you to say that word a little slower, please.
Maintenance.
Thanks.
Looks a little bit different for everybody. Haley and I's maintenance looks very different from each other.
Yeah.
So, and we eat pretty similarly, and we both work out pretty heavily. But our maintenance looks different than each other.
It's because we have different bodies.
We have totally different body types. Yeah. So it's super interesting.
So yeah, you got to be consistent now, and it'll pay off later.
But in the short, nope. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Oh, what is your favorite accessory?
Oh, well,
I like that
I love earrings more than anything in the whole wide world.
Girl loves her earrings.
I mean, I don't wear earrings to the gym in the morning. It's the only time I don't. I have these little studs that I've had in my ears.
She even wears earrings backpacking, like out in the woods, like overnight backpacking trips.
Yeah. But I don't have to take them out. They're ones that I just can sleep in all the time. So earrings, I have a problem. I really love them. And I kind of feel naked without them. In fact, if I leave my house without earrings on and I realize it, like, as I'm driving away, I will turn around and go back and get earrings.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Real quick, mine's mascara. Like, I could go without makeup. I could go without earrings. I could not, like, throw my hair in a ponytail. But I feel naked without mascara. If it was, like, the one thing that I could use, which is funny because
If you were on a desert island and you could only take 3 things, would you take mascara?
No.
Yeah, and I wouldn't take earrings.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe they're not that important. They're accessories.
It's an accessory. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, your turn.
Next. Okay. How do I track my macros?
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to try to do the short version of this. First of all, you need to know where to start. And so there are a lot of different macro calculators out there, including MyFitnessPal. Doing anything for a period of time is better than doing nothing. And so you will probably have some results. However, the problem with using just an online calculator or a one-time assignment is you will stagnate. So you really need to figure out what you need for your bio-individuality, meaning your own body, your own systems, your own metabolism, your activity level, your history, all the things. Once you have that should shift over time if you're trying to reach a goal. Then you go in, and we have our own app, but we also have MyFitnessPal that connects to our app. So we have our clients track their food in MyFitnessPal, which automatically shoots over to our app, graphs everything along with other data that's in our app. And so in MyFitness,
she's petting me, you guys.
in MyFitnessPal, basically every time, preferably you would pre-track if you're following a macro plan, meaning that you plan your day out in advance, so you just eat what you planned, you automatically hit your macros. But the actual physical act of tracking, you go in, you can either scan the barcode of the food that you're eating. We really want our clients to focus on as much whole food as possible, so you type it in. You're going to want to find the item with a green check mark if that's available, because that's been verified by MyFitnessPal. From there, you put it in, and then it's going to automatically track the calories for that, as well as everything else, both your macronutrients and your micronutrients. If you're trying to hit a target, you've got to plan ahead. You don't want to play Tetris as you're going, or you're going to have weird gaps at the end of the day. So that is just the nuts and the bolts. Haley's blowing up over here with her family. I wonder what's going on.
I don't even know. I'm not even reading them because you guys are more important right now.
But
right?
tomorrow is her birthday, so I wonder.
Tomorrow's my birthday. And I'm not shy about it.
Birthday to you.
So we have this thing on birthdays. We have this thing, and it's not just Emmy. It's like, it's our families. So if it's one of her kids' birthdays or one of my kids' birthdays or anybody, we use this app called Boxer. And everybody gets
happy birthday.
Everybody gets a birthday serenade.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
So let us know when your birthday is, and Emmy will serenade you. Oh wait, it's your turn to pick a question.
It won't be pretty, but I'll do it.
Yeah, you might have to replace some windows, but it's always fun.
This is fitting.
What?
How old are you guys?
Oh really? Well, tomorrow I will be 43.
This is one good-looking 43. I mean, 43 is young. That's like a spring chick.
Man,
but
the
she's
40s
like
are
a
the
really
best.
young 43.
It's actually been my favorite decade. I really enjoy. Okay, I really enjoy life, like in general. And like my 20s were really fun, but like you're raising babies and kids are. Well, actually, I was almost 30 when I had kids. So
I was gonna say I was raising babies in my 30s.
yeah, so was I actually. So anyway, my 30s were wonderful, but man, my 40s are just good. It's just good. I like it. I like who I'm becoming. I think that's why I like it.
I have always loved who you are, but I just love who you're becoming too, buddy. I'm 40.
Yep. We actually had a big 4-0 celebration for this girl.
It was so fun. I'm so fortunate to have the friends and family that I do. I'm a lucky girl.
Yep. Okay. In all seriousness, what do you do at the end of your macros if you're still hungry? So I'm assuming if you're done eating for the day, you've zeroed out your macros and you're still hungry, you know what you do? You stop eating.
Yep.
Next. No.
You just stop. If you are, am I answering this or are you?
It's my turn. I'll go. Although I think that I started with the last one, but it was okay. It is your turn.
Sorry, guys.
We do similar things. We drink water. If you're hungry at the end of the day, you can drink a lot of water. Peppermint tea. Emmy loves peppermint tea.
I do.
I try to stay away from, although it depends on what time it is. If I'm done eating at 6 p.m., then yes, I will have tea and I will drink water. If I am done eating at 8 p.m., I'm done. I'm just like, nope, done. And actually, sometimes what I'll do is, if I'm still hungry, is I will just chew a piece of gum. Because gum makes your mouth busy and then you don't think about it.
And it's really interesting because I think oftentimes we're so used to thinking we're hungry, but it's when you start to identify what true hunger is versus just maybe having an appetite or desiring something or seeing other people eat something. The name of this game, and it's actually really not a game, it's a lifestyle. The name of this lifestyle is not to feel deprived or to be in a deficit for any long period of time. We do use most of the time a deficit strategically for a short period of time after we've been able to repair the metabolism. But we don't want you there for long. So we don't want our clients hungry. Hungry actually is a good thing if it's true hunger, because that means your metabolism is starting to rev. A lot of times people are like, I don't know how I'm going to eat any more food. And then they get hungry. Yeah. Because their metabolisms are really starting to upregulate. And so short answer is, if you are following a macro plan and you are working towards a goal and you have closed your macros for the day, meaning you're with plus or minus 5 macros, 5 grams on each macro each day, you just don't.
You're done.
Or you use things that are low calorie, or you make sure you have fillers, like things like marinated cucumbers, like vinegar cucumbers.
Pickles.
Or pickles.
Yeah.
Or I love, like Haley said, I love hot peppermint tea at night with a little bit of stevia. Like, it is.
You can
great.
eat plain celery.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't want it to sound like we're telling people they have to eat like all these filler veggies at night, because you don't. Most people, like, it's a non-issue for. But if you are in your cut phase, like, you might feel hungry sometimes, and that's okay. It's a good thing to get used. It's a good thing to understand. It's a good thing to be in tune with. So, I'll ask you the question.
But I answered that one first. It's your turn. But you just finished, so maybe it's my... Anyway.
Oh, can I take I'm assuming okay. Can I take Macromaven supplements and not be a client?
Oh, yeah, totally. Everybody on the planet should be taking Macromaven supplements, whether it's Mighty Metabolism or Super Sleep or both. I take them both, and I'm not a client. No, just hop on our website, macromavens.life. You can get a subscription to our supplements there, or you can just purchase them one time. If you're local, you can run down to Vilamos and Central Point, pick up a bottle there, and try them out and see if you like them. Anybody can take them.
Anybody can take them, and so you don't have to take them to be a client. You don't have to be a client to take them. We honestly formulated them because they were the biggest pain point for our clients, and in order to get everything that you get in this formulated supplement, it was so expensive because we were taking these individual items, and we put a lot of time and energy and love into finding a fantastic formulator, third-party tested supplements. It's
non-GMO, gluten-free, all the things.
All the things, and they're amazing. Now,
Made
I
in the
will
USA.
say that I think that first and foremost, anytime somebody is seeking to improve their health, you need to do all the foundational things first. Just like my view on medicine, where it's a Band-Aid oftentimes, I do think sometimes people can also use supplementation as a Band-Aid, and they really need to find the root cause. I do think those supplements are just that. They can supplement. So if you're doing the other things first, if you are fueling your body with good nutrition, if you are trying to prioritize your sleep, if you are trying to become more stress resilient, if you are staying hydrated, all of those things, then supplementing can really help you get to your goals even faster. If you struggle with sleep, Super Sleep is like
it is magic,
a game changer. And or if you struggle with cortisol dysregulation, it really helps regulate your natural cortisol rhythms, which can help with minimizing fat storage. So they're fantastic. We could do this whole live just on those.
I was going to say, that was Emmy's rapid fire.
Sorry, I get real excited.
Okay. The next question is...
Oh.
Well, we'll just come back to it. Oh, I might have to answer this one. Best alcoholic beverage choices. Now, I'm assuming that this is like if you are on a macro plan, because that answer is actually different as far as like what, if I was on a macro plan, what I would choose to drink versus if I wasn't, because I enjoy a glass of wine now and then. However, when I'm on a macro plan, I don't drink wine because it's not worth it to me. Instead, if I'm somewhere, and actually, in fact, I'm trying to think, like, it's been quite a while since I've had any alcohol. My body just feels really a lot better when I don't drink alcohol. There is a time and a place. And if I were to be out somewhere and wanted to drink, then I would just order a vodka soda. That's the last time I drank.
Yeah.
It was when
Vodka
we had dinner.
soda with lime.
Anyway, sorry. I would just have a vodka soda with lime. That's it. Super simple. It is like not a huge, it's just not very impactful on your macros. You know, it's like 10 grams of fat or something like that. So
I will say though, because we get this, and I don't drink, so that's why she said that she should answer that question just by choice. I don't like it.
But she doesn't need it either. She's like perma drunk. Like
I have a lot of fun
She's the
without
friend
it.
who you go out with, and they're like, that girl's so drunk. And you're just like, no, she's actually 100% sober.
But I have a ton of clients that ask this question, and or people like, can I drink? And the short answer is yes, you can. Just know that the inflammatory response in your body will likely show a spike on the scale the next day or couple of days. That doesn't necessarily mean it's fat, but we do have our clients track their alcohol as fat. So they're going to take the total calories. Let's say it's a truly 100 calories. They're going to divide it by 9. That's going to give them the grams of fat. They're going to log 11 grams of fat, which automatically logs the calories. And that's because of how the liver processes it. So that's why we have alcohol tracked as fat. So it takes away from your fat. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So yes, you absolutely can. We would be doing a disservice if we said, yeah, go drink all the drinks all the time. it is better for your body, your brain, your sleep, your inflammation, everything, your nervous system, your endocrine system, your immune system, all the things, if you try to minimize alcohol. But we want people to live and enjoy themselves. So if that's something you enjoy, just try to do it in moderation.
And be aware too, like if you're ordering a mimosa, then you got to account not only for the champagne, but for the orange juice too. So like think about the fillers. That's why I go vodka, soda, soda water. There's nothing in it. All I have to track is the vodka or tequila. I like a tequila soda too. So anyway, you just have to be mindful. If you're adding fruit juice or different things to that, make sure you track that. Don't forget.
Okay, guys, make sure too, if you have questions, ask us your questions.
Drop
Once
them in
again,
the box.
nothing's off limits.
She says that like she wants you guys to ask us something that we're uncomfortable answering.
I want her to answer something
I just thought of a question I should have put in there. Dang, maybe for next time.
Ooh. Do I have to weigh all my food?
Oh, like if you're on a macro plan, yes. For a season, you have to weigh all your food. Now, no, I'm not going to say that.
The answer is yes.
Oh, my turn. Did you pick my question? I don't want that one.
Sorry, I didn't do. I will pick it and look.
I will pick my own questions. Will I lose weight in a reverse?
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Okay, so yes and no. The goal of a reverse is not necessarily weight loss. The goal of a reverse is to really repair your metabolism. What is a reverse? A reverse is basically when we are taking you where you're at and we're slowly increasing your calories and shifting your macros over a period of time as you're consistent so that your metabolic threshold starts increasing more and more. The beauty is the large majority of our clients, I'd say 80% plus, and I do worry about saying this just because we don't ever want to like do a guarantee. The goal of a reverse is to not gain weight and to be able to increase your calories week over week without gaining and to see shift in body composition to prepare you for a cut. However, 80% plus or more of our clients do lose weight in a reverse as they're increasing their calories, which is incredible, but not everybody does, and that's okay as long as you are not gaining. And there's oftentimes a lot of factors that go into that.
So many factors. Oh my word. Like stress, sleep, jobs, family. I mean, there's a bazillion
medication,
yeah,
hormones. Like the beauty of really starting to understand how to fuel your body. Like most people come to us for aesthetic purposes, but they end up getting so much more, especially when we can start calming that hormone hurricane and create hormone harmony. And there are, under eating in particular, there's this whole thing called a pregnenolone steal. We won't get all into that, but like
rapid fire.
I'm sorry. Basically, even things like this is one thing that you do need to be a little bit more cognizant if you are following a macro plan, because oftentimes your hormones will naturally balance. And for those people that have struggled with infertility, you are going to start having a more natural balance, likely with your progesterone, which is needed in order for the seeding. People get pregnant. So it all has to do with hormone balance. It's incredible.
It's happened.
It's happened more than once.
More than once. You think you can't, and then you do.
Yeah, and that's just such a testament to what's happening hormonally. It's pretty incredible. I really want to do a deep dive, but I won't.
We'll add it to the list of maybe on a future live.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
What do we got here? I don't have sleep issues. Should I still take Super Sleep?
Oh, well,
we kind of already answered that.
Kind of already did. I don't have sleep issues, and I take Super Sleep every night. And then I think that I kind of ruin myself because then when I don't take it, I feel like then I don't sleep well. But I actually don't think that's true because of this little doohickey here. I actually sleep pretty good. So yes, if you don't have sleep issues, Super Sleep could absolutely help you. I mean, we talked about cortisol and how it helps regulate your cortisol levels throughout the sleep. It helps you just stay nice and calm. You don't wake up hungover or anything like that. It's actually magic. I never thought in a million years I would ever take anything like that. And it is I don't know, it's life-changing.
The other thing that we've been able to show, sorry, we disconnected on Facebook for a minute. The other thing we've been able to show on our own data, and we'd love to do some more research trials in this area, is...
maybe you can get involved with that.
is latency, so the time it takes you to fall asleep oftentimes decreases. And then also the majority of your deep sleep actually happens earlier in the night. And that deep sleep is where your cells clean themselves out of all of the extra debris so that your bodily systems can function properly and you can have ideal cognition. You want that to happen. Some of what is in super sleep actually helps you get into that deep sleep faster and maximizes it. You also want to have adequate REM sleep. So oftentimes people may think they're sleeping through the night, but they're in a lighter sleep mode. So I've been able to increase what's called my sleep efficiency to like somewhere between 97 and 100%, meaning though even though I'm getting somewhere between 6 and 8 hours of sleep, my efficiency is really high and I'm getting really good deep sleep and really good REM sleep, and I'm staying asleep the whole night, and my latency is like 3 to 5 minutes from the time.
Which is actually low.
It is kind of low. It means I'm going to bed tired.
Do you take 1 or 2 super sleeps every night?
So I actually only take 1 unless I feel like I'm going to need to. Like last weekend, I got very little sleep for a handful of reasons. And so going into an opportunity to get good sleep, I took 2, just really trying. But I only need 1. I'm also, not, I think it depends on your size, it depends on your needs, it depends on a lot of things. So you should, in my opinion, you should start with 1 and increase to 2.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a larger person, and I think you could probably handle 2 right off the bat, but it's always a good idea to start with 1.
It's my turn.
Look at you.
There's 2.
Ooh.
Is there one macro that is more important than another?
Nope.
They're all very important for different reasons.
How was that for rapid fire?
Next. You need them all.
You need them all. You really do.
Yeah.
We could jump into that more, but.
Maybe next time.
Ooh, best protein bar.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Well, so, I feel like I've tried a lot of different protein bars in my life. Never mind, I was going to go somewhere with that, but I'm going to choose not to.
One time when I was
going to go somewhere with that, but I'm not going to. So anyway, we both actually prefer, I've got one right here. Built bars. I've got this little nugget. You
can probably have that?
Yeah, you sure can.
I'm hungry.
Built bars. This is like the full size.
This
Built
is
bar.
called a bite.
That's
Built
like
bite.
a Built Bite. Anyway, they're really good.
I won't eat in front of you guys.
They're
Sorry.
pretty, and those ones are kind of messy. They're chewy, like a Charleston chew. If you put them in the fridge or the freezer, they get like this really amazing texture. I like those because they taste like a treat to me, and I can't necessarily taste the protein. Sometimes with protein bars, you get them and you bite them. Like, do you guys remember like the original Power bars? Yeah. And they were like rocks. And oh my gosh. I remember the first time I ever tasted one of those being like, I will never eat a protein bar in my life. Now, there are a lot of bars on the market that claim to be protein bars, and if you read the nutrition facts, they're actually carb bars. Yeah. So be very careful.
It's like no different than a candy bar.
Yeah, like read the nutrition facts. It needs to be high in protein. Like what we're really looking for is something high in protein, lower in fat, and lower in carbs.
And a good clean source of protein.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I like those. I also like the Fit Crunch bars. I get them at Costco. Those ones taste a little bit like a Butterfinger. My kids like those. And then I also don't mind the barbell ones that I get. I get them at Trader Joe's. You can get them anywhere.
I will say though, try not to rely on things like protein bars and protein shakes. We really want our clients to be getting the large majority of their protein from whole foods, because that's going to come with fiber. It's going to come with all the other micronutrients. And your body's going to be able to digest it better, and you know exactly what you're getting. Oftentimes with bars and shakes, you don't know how much protein your body's actually assimilating, and our bodies are made to utilize whole food. And so,
but I think maybe you should answer the question.
Okay.
What's your favorite protein bar?
You think maybe? I thought you answered it for me. So I will say, use them when you're in a pinch or as a treat, but try not to make them a staple if you can.
Yeah.
My favorite, I'm not a huge bar and shake fan, but if I had to pick one, I actually do enjoy the Built bars, but I'm real picky about them. I really like the brownie coconut bar, and I really like the mint bar, and my favorite is the candy cane bar at Christmas, but that only comes out at Christmas.
And she buys a lot of boxes of them.
I do. And the really fun thing is that you track it, but if you take a Built bar and you like put a little bit of almond butter and some flake salt,
oh man, it's like
it's a treat.
It is a treat, absolutely.
Okay, it's my turn. You keep saying that.
Well, isn't it? You just read.
I think
you just
so,
read
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
It's not hard. You go, and then I go, and then you go.
I forget.
And then I go again.
I was trying to give you more chance to answer.
Well, we already answered that one. Our supplement's important is what it said, but we answered that. Can I still be on a macro plan if I'm a vegetarian?
Yep. You can.
Sure can.
Yes. And we do have to approach plant-based proteins a little bit differently. Your protein threshold might not be as high, but the short answer is yes, absolutely. We work with vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, all of it.
Fruitarians, vegetarians. Oh wait, that's a real one. Sorry, I was just gonna try to make it funny.
Ooh, tell us a story of story time of well, it says most successful client.
Okay, most successful client. That's hard because success looks very different for different people. Okay, so I will tell you a story. I will tell you a story of one client that I had.
Let me tell you about the girl with the macro and the. Sorry. I'm having a lot of fun over here.
So sometimes we just gotta let it play out, and then eventually it comes back around. So I will tell you about one of my clients who is near and dear to my heart. And she came in thinking that a macro plan wouldn't work. Kind of came in a little bit with not a chip on her shoulder, but maybe not 100% sold on what we were selling. You know, she wasn't fully picking it up. But she's very type A, which I love as a client or as a coach. Having a client that's type A means they're going to get in there, they're going to figure it out, and they're going to hit their numbers. And this girl did from day one, and she was successful starting out day one. And she has, the number on the scale doesn't even matter. She has lost a lot of weight. She has reached her goals, but more importantly than that, and this is where I think that the most success happens, is she has completely changed her relationship with food. She doesn't look at food anymore as something to make her feel better. She doesn't look at food as something to do when she's bored. Like, food is fuel. And that to me is so important, because like as soon as we have that mind shift, then all of a sudden if you're bored or you're sad, you don't necessarily go to the fridge to seek that reward. You know what I mean? And so that to me is great success. She also feels amazing. And I remember she sent me a message once. And this might be TMI. And if you have little kids listening, I don't know, maybe you guys talk about it. I talk about this stuff with maybe not this with my kids, but anyway, she had sex with her husband with the lights on. He saw her naked with the lights on for like the first time in years and years. And that to me is like, it's game changing.
It is.
I think it's really important. So that to me is a very successful client.
I love that.
How about you?
Oh, it's so hard to pick one. Okay, similarly, I mean, gosh, you guys, we get to work with like the most amazing humans.
Honestly.
And
they think that we're coaching them, and I feel like we learn so much about people, and I mean, like the greatest people.
And we all have our things. We all have our insecurities, and we all have difficult things in life. And if you can find a community and or an accountability partner, like all of those things, it makes such a huge difference. And so, yes, has there been like literally thousands of pounds lost collectively? Absolutely. And I love it when people can really start to shift their aesthetics in a way that they want them to. But what I love even more, and it's somewhat echoing what Haley said, are all the things like being able to participate in something with their kids or their grandkids that they haven't been able to do because they just didn't either have the energy or they were in too much pain. Picking up an old hobby because they no longer have the joint pain that was preventing them from it. Yeah. Feeling confident and excited to go on vacation to wear a dress or a bikini or whatever it may be. I've had a couple clients that have struggled with infertility that have been able to successfully get pregnant, and like that is amazing. A lot of clients that comment on improvement with intimacy, and like, gosh, that's so important with their spouse, their partner. So, I mean, I could keep going on and on, relationship with food for sure, but it's like all those things that clients are willing to share that like make us feel like we are winning.
Absolutely.
Like, it's so cool.
Yeah. And honestly, like for us, like, and I think for most of our clients too, they come in with a number in mind. Like, I want to lose 50 pounds. Have we had clients lose 50 pounds? Yes, absolutely. Lots of them. What I think is really cool is when all of a sudden they're like, you know what? It's not necessarily about the number on the scale for me anymore. Like, the program has become so much more valuable than the actual weight loss, that they then take that and they're able to take what they have learned and completely shift their lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then it's this accumulating thing. It changes their family. It changes their lives. It's like, it's magic. And I feel so privileged to be a small part of that in so many people's journeys.
Caitlin, I thought it was a message. So, and one thing that I would just love to add to that is that I've had quite a few clients that have actually reached their goals early. And when you point out, like, hey, in your consult form, like you mentioned X, Y, and Z, we're there. Like, I really want to make sure that I understand, like, where do you want to go from here? And like, that's so fun. Because then it's more about like strength and endurance and energy and sleep and maybe like they never thought that they would achieve like a 6-pack, and now we're like, hey, we're like right there. Like,
or I have one gal who goes to a local gym in town, and she always wanted to just wear a sports bra and her tights, and she did that for the first time in her whole life, and she was so excited. I love that. So anyway, that's the good stuff. Okay, how piggyback right on that? How fast can I expect to see changes?
Depends. So, I mean, it's so different for everybody. And I wish that we always had an answer for that for people. Mm-hmm. The biggest factor is going to be how consistent you are. If you are consistent, like out of the gate, it's going to make a huge difference. If you have to repeat several weeks, then oftentimes your metabolism isn't going to understand as quickly in terms of in that reverse and or that cut. So I think that timeline, it has so much to do with how far away from your goal you are, how consistent you are, being the number one. Are you drinking adequate water? How is your sleep? How is your stress? What medications are you on? Like, are we unraveling maybe some things from the past? Like, there is a lot. There's a lot there. We have some clients that, you know, reach their goals much faster than anticipated, and some that it definitely takes more time and they have a more sluggish metabolism, and we have to unravel and unwind some things. But if the consistency is there, the change will come.
Yep. Yeah, your turn.
All right, buddy. How do you track marinades? We got this question more than once.
Yeah, so marinades can be kind of sticky. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to be a silly joke.
Oh, I like Jessica. She said, this is where Emmy gets to be a giddy scientist.
Okay, so I actually, I'll use an example from last night. So I marinated a bunch of chicken in like this barbecue sauce. So I took the barbecue sauce and I just scanned it into my Fitness Pal and I just left it, right? I marinated all of my chicken. I took my chicken out to the grill. I put it on the grill, and then I had a bunch of marinade left over. I weighed that marinade and I subtracted the number of ounces from what I had already tracked the whole bottle, right? So then I took the amount of chicken that I made, which was quite a bit, and I portioned it out into 4-ounce portions. So then I was able to take the amount of marinade, divide it by the number of servings that I had, and that was the amount I had. Now, it didn't end up being very much at all, especially because most of it ended up getting tossed because you're not actually consuming it. And so that's the short answer, or that's the long answer to what I did. You know, the short answer would be to guess. You know, if you have a bottle of marinade and you are taking a spoon and you're spooning it on there, it's about a tablespoon, and you're probably not going to eat all of it because some of it's going to drip off. So half a tablespoon. I mean,
the more specific you can be when you're like really working towards your goal, the better. But you know, there's also a time and a place to guess.
Yeah, and sometimes it's, you know, Emmy says this a lot, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, it's marinade. It's not going to be 1,000 calories. It's probably going to only end up being 10 or 20 calories. If you log something, it's better than logging nothing. Yeah. So make your best guess.
That said, salad dressings track those.
Yes,
those
absolutely.
add up so fast because you are really getting the whole thing.
It is snowing so hard outside right now.
Snowing. It was 85 degrees here last Thursday, and now it's snowing.
Like 85. It was so hot. My daughter had a track meet. We were dying, and it is snowing.
It's so cool.
It's April in Oregon. I love it.
I love it.
Wait, it's my turn.
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
If you just pass me the hat after you read it.
I know. I just get so excited.
It's so fun. It's like a little surprise every time. Okay.
It's like Easter eggs.
Oh, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Mine too. I love green. Your turn.
Green. Okay. That was an easy one.
Yeah. I like yellow also. Oh, sorry.
Do you believe in waist trainers as a weight loss tool?
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to give it. No, I don't. I think waist trainers are dangerous. I think that having anything that constricts your body in a tight way for a prolonged period of time is not good for your organs, is not good for your body. Now, I had 2 C-sections and they send you home, at least they used to, this was forever ago. They send you home with this thing, this tight band, and I loved that thing. It was it made me feel good because all of my organs were in there nice and tight, and then when I would take it off, I would just be like, oh my goodness. I also had C-section, so my guts were literally outside my body.
Same.
That's too much information. Anyway, to get back to the waist trainer, no, I think that having the constriction on your organs and on your body like that for a long period of time, it's not good for you. It's hard to breathe. You can't move. Does it create awareness? Yes, I think it probably does. It's like wearing a tight pair of pants. If you wear a super tight pair of pants, you're going to be aware that if I eat a bunch of chips, then I'm not going to feel good because my pants are going to be even tighter. So yes, can you get a little benefit from that? Probably. I also think that a waist trainer is something that you would have to wear long term. So not only are you committing to something that you have to do for, months and months on end to maybe see results, I think that if you just were to button down and, take control of your nutrition, that you'll see results faster. So are weight trainers a good way to waist trainers? I would say no.
I would say no. I do think that sometimes people are looking for the sweat effect that happens, and sweating is good, but I do think there's healthier ways to sweat.
But sweat doesn't necessarily equate to fat loss either.
Not always, no. I mean, and it depends. I do think when you're looking at it strictly from a musculoskeletal standpoint, you need to be careful anytime you are inhibiting any one area of your body to be able to really utilize your range of motion and strengthen certain areas of your body. So I definitely think there's a healthier way to achieve the result that most people would likely use a waist trainer for.
That's what I think. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay. We only have a couple left, guys.
There's some commonly asked questions that haven't been in here I'm going to ask you in a minute. Oh. Maybe, if we have time.
What about electrolytes?
Ooh, okay.
What about them?
Yeah.
Here, now you take it so then it's your turn to read next.
Thanks. I'm assuming that, should you use them is the question. So I think there's a time and a place for them. I love electrolytes. Particularly, I like electrolytes that have,
Get ready.
that have sodium and magnesium and potassium. So I do think that there are a lot of crappy electrolytes out there that are really just sugar. And you want to be really careful of that because you're not doing a whole lot for yourself. If you are truly looking to increase the electrolyte levels in your body, you need to look for potassium, sodium, and magnesium. Now, not everybody needs an electrolyte. If you don't move a whole lot, if you don't sweat a whole lot, if you're getting adequate nutrition, you might not need an electrolyte. But if you are exercising an hour or more a day, if you're frequently using a sauna, if you're in a cut and you might not be getting the micronutrients you need, then I do think that electrolytes are really important. We don't have any affiliation with any electrolyte. I personally like Element, LMNT, because it has, in my opinion, a very good balance of potassium, sodium, and magnesium. I also think another one is Gnarly Nutrition Hydrate. That's pretty good, but I haven't seen one better than Element. But you don't need it every day if you don't meet those categories, unless you just like it. But then you also just need to be aware of it. You will have some retention the next day because of the sodium, which is a whole nother discussion. But it's not fat; it's just water retention. So, yeah.
Same Z's.
Oh, I think
Oh.
Okay. Do I have to exercise?
Oh, no. Nope.
Nope.
You sure don't. We've talked about it a bazillion times. 80% of body composition changes happen with your nutrition. And can you boost it through exercise? Absolutely. Is exercise and movement good for your body? 100%. Do we move our bodies every single day? Yes. And we believe everybody should. That said, if you are a sedentary person and you always have been and exercise hasn't been a part of your life and you don't want it to be a part of your life, but you still want results from a macro plan, then you absolutely can get them. So that's a short answer.
Amen.
Amen. All right, this is the last one out of the hat, and then Emmy's got some.
I've got some questions.
Oh, this is a good one. Who hired a macro coach first, and do you still work with a coach?
Oh. Okay, so the short answer is I did. I don't even know how long ago now. Long time ago. I mean, gosh, I did all the things. I've always been an active person. I have, for a long time, eaten fairly non-inflammatory. I mean, I definitely fit things in here and there.
She made me 40 pounds of brownies for my 40th birthday.
40 pounds. I love to bake. I love to bake.
That doesn't mean she Sorry, I don't know why that popped in my mind.
40 pounds?
It's because my birthday's tomorrow and I'd like 43 pounds.
Okay.
No, don't. That was too much.
And so, I mean, I had done Whole30, I had done paleo, I had done keto, I had done like true non-inflammatory approach. And I was by nature a pretty healthy person, active, hike, all the things, but I could never reach the body composition, and I didn't yet know what I was missing out on some of the other things. And I had ran into somebody years ago that was talking about their experience with macros. I reached out, they lived out of state. And even though I was part of directing a nutritional program within a healthcare facility, I still was like, okay, like I want to understand like how this could really be different. So it was like instant. Like, and I couldn't believe it. I was one of those like, yeah, like I'll believe it when I see it. It made such a difference for me. I had a fantastic coach. Now, we do things a little bit differently than how I was coached. The process is similar. They did use a reverse diet, which I'm really thankful. Actually, one of my first macro-specific certifications was actually through them, and then both Haley and I have done several other things since then and had done things prior to then, just not macro-specific. And then it wasn't too long after I had started macros and really seeing a difference. Like, I was just one of those people, and this is purely aesthetic, but I was one of those people that had just accepted, like, I was never going to see my stomach muscles, like no matter how hard I worked, like, and I wanted to see a six pack. And so like they were there, I was working out hard. I just needed to be able to get lean. And within my first 3 months, I had a pretty significant shift for me. It was really only like a 10-pound difference, but that looked a lot different on my frame. And like Haley we're together all the time.
And I was like, what are you doing?
Because she knew how hard I grinded. Yeah. Like the change just wouldn't come prior to that. And so, so we started playing around with Haley, and
she's like, can I guinea pig you? And I was like, yes.
Yes,
please.
And then she started seeing results like amazingly. And the cool thing is that our performance in the gym just like went through the roof.
Yeah.
And so then we're like, okay, there's something to this. And then I had a lot of friends and family that were wanting me to kind of coach them. And so then Haley was actually like, hey, like you should do something with this. And then I was like, hey, we should do something with this. Yeah. And so then we like really dug in and we looked at all the different programs out there. We wanted to take the best pieces of them. We wanted to take kind of the natural, holistic, functional side of health and integrate that, because we really haven't seen that done. And like Haley's background in education, she was a teacher for a long time, like from like a program structure standpoint, like, and she's just been a pursuer of health her whole life. Like we were being able to take our own personal experiences, our prior education, add, additional certifications to that, and like come up with a program that we continue to improve. Like we're so excited for what's to come. Yeah. So that was a long answer to a short question, but you guys, it's been a year now since we started Macromavens, much longer since we've like been in the world of macros, and the amount of women and men that we have been able to partner with and help be a part of like their own journey and transformation and continue to, and some of the things that we're looking to add to Macromavens, like we're so excited.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man. So thank you for being here.
Yeah. Super excited.
Yeah. Okay.
We've been talking for almost an hour.
Have we been?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I don't have to ask my other questions. There's a lot of commonly asked questions that I feel like we didn't ask. But I think we stopped there. That way we have more questions for next time.
I
think that's perfect. If you guys have questions that we did not answer, you are welcome to DM us. You're welcome to go over to our website, macromavens.life. You can shoot us a message there. If you're interested in the program and you want to connect with a coach and have a conversation, also macromavens.live, click the hop on board button, fill that out. It doesn't commit you to anything. It just lets one of our coaches connect with you, see if we're a good fit.
It's just a
Sarah,
sweet
I love what
compliment.
you guys do. You've created an amazing program. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We are so thankful to have you here. We just really do like pinch ourselves because, man, just it's such a cool group of humans that we get to
Man,
work with,
yeah.
and it's growing, and like we have been able to attract some like really wonderful additions that we're considering, and our coaches are like the best out there. They care so much, and they just like dig, and I love it. So if you guys could hear, we have an ongoing Voxer between all of our coaches where we're constantly talking about like case studies and how we can, help each other, and how we can help our clients, and how about this, and have we thought about that, and like it's just so cool. Aw, thank you, Jessica. We love you too, ladies.
Yeah, oh man, so fortunate. Thank you guys for being here. Come back next week. You never know what we're going to talk about. There are so many options.
There are, and if you have a specific topic you want us to do a deep dive into, we love doing that. So let us know, and
good things are coming.
And happy birthday to this one tomorrow.
Yay!
All
Have a
right.
great week, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.